Robin.
Good morning. How are you?
Doing good. How are you doing this morning?
I'm okay.
What a cutie you got there.
Thank you. This is Anna.
Hi, Anna.
This is Letha. Can you say hi? Say hi.
She looks tired.
Just got up.
Yeah.
How about you go get a tissue out of the bathroom and wipe that off? Okay. You want me to go with you? I'll be right back.
Morning, Dan.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
I had a weird start. It wouldn't even let me log into the website this morning.
I had to go around this really strange, awkward, backwards way of getting it myself.
How was everyone's wonderful Tuesday morning?
Coming along, coming along.
Awesome. Good morning, Letha. Good morning, Robin. Good morning, Jason. Good morning, Stephanie. Good morning, Mara. Good morning, Samantha. Good morning. Good morning, Marla. Good morning, Annette.
Good morning.
Buenos días.
Where's Annette says, yeah, buenos dias. Good day. It's a good day. Who do we have with you, Miss Bender?
This is Anna. She is 3 years old and not feeling too great this morning.
Oh, hi, Miss Anna.
Can you say hi to Big Dan? Oh, you got a wave. I'm so happy.
Well, it is an awesome Tuesday morning. We are 2 days away from Thanksgiving. Who made some phone calls yesterday? How'd they go? Letha, awesome. How'd they go?
Well, when you call people that you know, it takes an awful long time to get through 10 people.
That must have been a good Ford conversation then.
Yes.
It's
Yeah.
all about fortified relationships. I love it. What pieces of value did you find?
Actually found my best friend's daughter's looking to buy a home here in a couple of years.
Okay.
My niece is just recently pre-approved, and it's like, you know, I'm a real estate agent. Well, why didn't you come to me? So, and I found out, oddly enough, my son, of all people, just shared this information with me. He had purchased a house, and on January 13th of 22, he plans on listing it because he has to be in there as a first-time home buyer. He was told he had to be in the house for 5 years before he could sell it. So
Yeah, because he's probably got one of those forgivable loans, down payment assistance loans. So
okay.
he can rent it out and go buy something else.
Right?
They don't say anything about having to be the resident.
That's true. I'll bring
That's
that up.
awesome. There's a lead opportunity there.
Yeah.
Someone else, tell me your goodness from yesterday. How'd your calls go? What kind of piece of business did you find? What kind of goodness did you find? No one made phone calls other than Letha. Well, thank you, Letha, for working yesterday. I appreciate that. I'll share one. It's about being in the right place at the right time. Got a phone call from an agent that used to work here that left us. He got a referral from Florida for a $1.1 million worth of real estate, 3 different properties on a golf course that are being sold in a bankruptcy. He can't handle it. So instead of giving it to somebody at his company, he gave the guy my name. So just call me Sam.
Oh,
So you never know where deals come from. Even leads from other agents that are outside their scope. That's what we do. So these are the opportunities that we put in front of us, but it's just staying connected. That was me, because I've talked to this agent a handful of times since he's left, just keeping tabs on him, making sure he's okay. And then all of a sudden calls me up and says, "Hey Dan, I got an opportunity for you. Do you want it?" I was like, "Yeah, what do you got?" Broker from Florida calls me up, sends me all the information. So I want you guys to realize that nobody, and I mean nobody, should be on your call biased. I don't care if they're an active agent, an old agent, they've yelled at you before. Call bias is a one big way of keeping yourself out of the realm of making some money. Good morning, Jennifer.
Good morning.
So Big Dan, or actually everybody, I guess, I mean, I had a phone call one time where a friend from high school, we had talked a couple of times, and then the next time I called him, then he called me like right back a little bit later, and he's like, oh, I just like, he didn't want to talk with me. He was like, I don't need any, are you calling to talk to me about mortgages or something like that? I don't have time for this. And he's like, if I need somebody, I'll call you, and then he hung up. And then like 2 days later, he like accidentally called me, and I answered, and I just was real happy. And I mean, is that what you're talking about, guys? Like where we can't like I haven't really called him since, just because I got other people to call. But anyways, I guess I should keep him on my list, him and his new wife. What do you guys think, Robin? Should I do it? I guess I should.
well,
Yeah.
you definitely keep in touch with him and keep him on the list. And maybe didn't have time to talk then, but there's other ways to reach out to him. But but that is the call bias, right, Dan? That we're kind of afraid to reapproach him because he wasn't receptive and didn't.
Yeah, it felt just so you know, like it felt like he was telling me, I don't have time for this, to build this relationship. Like, I don't have time to just talk about everything, which is probably true. Maybe I just need to kind of, anyways, like it's hard to know, like if we're just supposed to talk about real estate, if I should just kind of go everywhere else. But thanks, Robin. I'll just, we have to just kind of keep pushing forward. So
we tell ourselves this, we lie to ourselves and tell ourselves stories that don't really fit a narrative to our success. And that's, they don't want to talk to us. They don't want to hear from us. I got nothing to say. They said they didn't need any help. These things change literally overnight.
okay.
And that's why we want to make sure we stay in high contact with people and let them know we're here to help, even if it's not real estate.
Mm-hmm.
The biggest thing you can do is be somebody's friend. Like we know that 66% of sellers and 41% of buyers find their realtors through friends. The more friends you make, the more business you will have.
I want to be a good friend. And this guy, I did welcome him when he came back to Tucson, and we all did go dancing together, like when I first met Jesse. So yeah, like we're trying to be friends. But anyways, we'll see. We'll check in with him, see how he's doing and what's going on currently, and just keep tabs on him and all my other friends. So.
Perfect.
Yeah, I think like Robin said, there's other ways to be in contact. So maybe the next contact with him is a simple text that says, "Hey, from last call, I know you're really busy and stuff. Just a reminder, anything real estate, I'm here to help, whether it's you or someone you know."
That's what you do, Larry?
I've done that plenty of times.
Oh, okay.
Because again, you have the multiple different ways of touch. If you're doing that 36 touch, only 12 of them are a phone call. The rest of them are text messages or emails or whatever. So, hey, from the last call, you were really busy. Don't want to be a pest, something like that. But again, hey, just a reminder, if you hear of anybody talking about moving, keep me in mind, please.
Okay.
I call it polite persistence.
Yeah. Polite persistence. I love that.
Polite persistence.
I have one too that I could use a little help with.
Oh,
Yeah, reach out. I discovered that friends of our family who did not originally list with me, the listing has now expired. And so they are contemplating whether or not they even want to bring it to market again, which of course they do. So I'll be dropping off a pie to them today anyway. And just any advice out there that anyone might have for like
How to approach it?
scripting around relistings, you know, of course I'm gonna pitch,
Well,
but
you,
I'm gonna
you
market
got,
it a different way.
yeah, you got an easy one here. You drop it off the pie and go, hey, by the way, I was doing my research on the market and I saw that your particular listing actually expired. What happened there?
Got it.
You know, you had it listed for sale. Are you still trying to sell it? We weren't happy to help you with that. Can we have a discussion about that? Can, you know, if not now, another time, about what happened and what you'd still like to try and do? You know, your pie is a complete door opener to that conversation. But then you're as a professional real estate, I'm watching the market and I saw that your listing expired. I'm kind of surprised by that, but you know, what happened and are you still trying to sell?
Yeah. And Samantha, maybe you know what happened or you have an idea.
Oh, I know what
but
happened.
No,
Yeah,
well, there
but
you go.
Larry's like, if you ask them what happened, you're going to learn a couple of extra things. Plus they just get to say whatever you like, whatever, you know, they're going to say, but get to say it. And you get to be the person that has those listening ears for them. They're going to be like, oh, she listens and you know it all, you know that, but maybe don't like, so you just get to be the listening person too. They're going to like that.
You can be the person they vent on about the experience if it wasn't a good one. Oh, let me tell you what happened with this.
it's an easy conversation. Tell me about the experience.
Yeah. But I was like that last listing that I sold when I went to talk to him about it. And it was that whole story about how he had asked the other real estate agent for some information. And 3-4 days later, the guy was still making excuses for not having it gotten to him. He called me. I had it to him in an hour. And he finally told me, he goes, yeah, because the guy never got back to me with the information I was looking for. You got it done in an hour. I was able to successfully use your information to take care of what I needed to do about it. So here you are. And I said, great. Sounds like you're talking about me and want me to list this house. Are we doing this? He goes, yeah, let's go. You know, so.
Now, when are you going to go take the pie?
Oh, I'm taking it this morning at 10:30.
And then you're going to have listing documents drafted in your wake, ready to go?
Well, I always keep an ER and extra buyer broker agreement on me, all those kind of stuff that like stays with me in my car. So yeah, I'm hoping to lock it in. It was overpriced to begin with, so I need to get more information about that for sure.
Take the CMA with you. Take the comparative marketing analysis with you.
Thanks. Yeah.
That's if he's open and receptive to the conversation, you know, you can go, look, as a professional real estate agent, I did my research. Here's the current up-to-date comparative marketing analysis with your property. If he's willing to have that discussion with you, you can show him right on the spot why he was overpriced and why the house didn't sell.
I will prep the CMA too. I hadn't thought about that. I whip that out to you. Hey, you know, I happen to have this.
Well, again, I'm a professional real estate agent. I was coming to see you. I saw it expired. I brought information with me. Do you want to talk about what happened? And do you want to talk about what the house is really worth?
But also,
Thanks. I didn't think to prep the CMA too in advance.
yeah, prep it like it's a brand new listing appointment, just in case.
Yeah.
When you get there, you're already friends, you already have a relationship. Kind of dig down and find out, one, what happened. Two, what would he have liked to see differently? And most importantly is find out why, the big why behind it. What's the reason for selling the house? What's the goal at the big end of it?
The other thing is you're going to be able to sense how open or not he is about this conversation. So if he's reserved about it, you may not want to press too far. But you can always say, if you don't want to talk about that right now, that's fine. But just know, as a real estate agent and a professional real estate agent, I saw it expired. I have information on the market value in your area here and comparative homes to your house. Would you like to talk about it sometime in a couple of days? Are you still trying to sell the house? If now's not a good time, can we meet and give them the two options? Can we meet tomorrow at 10 or Saturday at 5 or something? That way you're not being overbearing right out of the box, but you're prepared.
Got it. Thanks, y'all.
So in line with that, if that listing was overpriced, what can she do different? How would she approach them?
So when the listing was overpriced and she can approach it now is because the sellers already have historical evidence showing that price does not work. I don't like to use the term overpriced, but I do like to use the sentence that clearly the market's rejected our sales price. And when the market's rejecting your sales price, it's very easy to have that conversation because you've already gone a span of time, 2-3 months, what have you. It expires, it goes back into the holding pen. And in those 2 or 3 months, how much do we spend in holding fees? $2,000 a month fixed for 3 or 4 months? How high was it overpriced? You might be able to find the delta in between very easy to accommodate. When you tell somebody, hey, I understand that you think your house is worth here. Here's all the information I have based on the market. The market's what dictates our price. Where would you like to sell your house for? They become more realistic after going through the experience of not having it sold the first time. Because they look at it and go, well, but you have to use the line, the market has rejected your sales price.
And how long does a client have to wait to see that the house was overpriced? If for example, you're listing it, is it 1 month? Is it 2 months? So that you can now go and talk to them and show them, okay, this is what is happening.
If it's expired, and if you were not the original listing agent, you can't do anything until after it's expired.
No, if you
are the listing agent, and typically in the market, you're seeing houses sold within the first week of getting live. If you don't have offers within the first week, 10 days, start having that conversation.
Okay.
Clearly the market has rejected our sales price. How would you like to proceed? Would you like to make a minor market adjustment or a major market adjustment?
Gotcha.
And when a seller or a client wants to sell a house over market up front, you should have the conversation saying, okay, well, your price is a little bit above market. I'm glad to get it live at that point. In the event that we do not get an offer within the first 2 weeks, how would you like to proceed? Have a plan for the next step. Have a plan for 10, 15 days away when they're not getting offers because they're $10,000 overpriced. And you come back and say, okay, what are we going to do if the event that we don't get an offer? And then, okay, great. What if we go under contract at this price and it doesn't appraise? What happens then? Future pacing your clients is one of the best ways to, one, establish your professionalism because you know the process, and two, alleviate major rapport killers or destroying the relationship. Because nothing sucks more to either side of the transaction to think that you're only 10 days away from closing, that now the appraisal comes back light. And we're not going to close. We've wasted time on the buyer's side, money for the appraisal and money for the inspections. On the seller's side, they've probably started packing. They've already moved some of the things into storage. They're already living in their new house mentally. And then we put a line in the sand that says, no, not moving forward. When we have the future pace conversation, it says in the event that this happens and this happens, what are we going to do? That leaves that error of doubt. It's the window in that certainty that we can exploit, which allows us to call back on that conversation later on. Mr. and Mrs. Seller, remember we had the conversation when we first took the listing that we might be a little overpriced. You said that in the event that it came up light, that you would, seriously think about reducing it down to the appraisal value. We're only $4,000 away. Versus the appraisal came back light, we're $4,000 away. What do you want to do? Get the buyers to pay for it. if we have the conversation pretense, we can anchor back to it. Just like we talk about any other anchoring in your motivations, we can anchor back to a previous conversation. As long as you're having those real and raw conversations, it's easy to move forward. Same thing on the buyer side. You're submitting an offer that's, egregiously high. What happens when it doesn't appraise? The seller's going to think they're going to get all this money, and they're probably not going to be willing to back down. Do you have any cash to cover the difference? And then hope for the best. My father taught me something that I like to teach everyone, is to prepare for the worst and hope for the best. Not a pessimistic, not a realistic, not even an optimistic. It's just prepare for the worst and hope for the best. I got a lot of long faces on that one. Did I scare you?
No, that's a motto I've had for years. It's a black and white.
Man, you guys didn't hear about the giant metal obelisk they found in the Utah desert, did you? Random alien towers. Yeah. More 2020 happening around you. But it doesn't matter. We still sell real estate. It doesn't matter what market we're in. So I love it, Samantha. It was good stuff. Annette, great question. It all stems down to one simple word that rhymes with communication.
Yeah, thanks for the help, everyone.
You jazzed up now? You're going to go get that listing?
Of course.
You're going to tell us tomorrow that you got the listing?
I am counting on it. If
There
not,
you
I'll tell you either way.
Yo, I love it. There's one thing you can do is increase your confidence. You can go out there and do more business.
Okay.
But it starts with talking to people. I love that you have the friend connection and dropping off a pie. That's good stuff. Anyone else have something? Good morning, Stormy. Good morning, Pastor. Good morning, Adriana.
Morning.
I have a question.
I have an answer.
Where do you guys get these pies from? I keep hearing about pies.
Costco. Well, there might not be any left after our company went through and wiped them out.
I get
like
mine
to
at either
bake some, but-
Safeway or a bakery.
Which bakery? Just like, do you have a preference? Do you have a favorite?
No,
Yeah.
if I go to if I'm doing cake, I just do nothing but Bunt.
Okay.
Yeah. And other than that, I just
I've heard
go.
of
Yeah, and other than that, I just go get the pie at like Safeway. I get their like deluxe pie for like $10.
Most of the pumpkin pies people are going through Costco. I just, whatever my wife is baking, that's what I deliver.
Yeah, they have, Stormy and his team, 100 pies yesterday and a pallet on a truck. It was insane. Good
Oh,
stuff.
wow.
Yeah, so anywhere and anything. We had a conversation about getting your pies from a local bakery, support local and stuff like that, maybe partner with them. It's a good opportunity to make a connection with the community as well as being hyper local whatever area you're at. So if you bring a pie from Costco, great. It's $2 cheaper than buying the pie from the bakery. But if you buy the pie from the bakery, you can say, hey, this is from the bakery right there on, Camelback and 5th, or I don't know. I don't know Phoenix at all. I know the word Camelback's a road. That's it.
Yeah, I like that. Support local.
Support local. I love supporting local, even though I also know that when you go to a big chain restaurant, you're supporting local because local people work there. So it's an asinine comment to think, well, if you go to those big corporations, someone else is getting rich. You want to know something that someone else is making a lot of other people be able to do too. So support local just means take care of people. If you can, buy it from the shop down the street. If you can't, Costco might have them. If Costco doesn't have them, call Jason. His wife does make pies. And a lot of other yummy treats. Jason, is your wife the baker at Costco?
They actually didn't want her to because they felt like she was going to steal her recipes. So no, she's just a cashier, but that's funny.
Well, I want you guys to really get out of your comfort zones today. Make some phone calls. Get out of that call bias. It's the scripts that we tell ourselves that keep you from doing what you need to do to be successful. If you're not making 20 contacts today, you're wrong. And that's as simple as picking up the phone. Hey, I was thinking about you. What are your plans for Thanksgiving? How's the family? How's work going? What are you guys doing to stay busy? What are you going to do when all this madness ends? You know anyone looking for real estate? No, cool, man. What can I do to help you in 2021? Have a wonderful day, Jay. Thanks for taking my call. Or you can use that silver line at the back. If you ever need anything, and it doesn't even need to be real estate related, please give me a call. Can we all say that? If you ever need anything, and it doesn't need to be real estate related, give me a call. All right, 3 of you did it. Thank you. Those 3 of you will be massively successful. The rest of you, I question. Especially those that aren't wearing purple shirts. I'm just saying. You should know by now. All right, you got 5 minutes left. I want to know what affirmations you're telling yourself today. What are you going to do to make your life better? I've talked way too much today. Your turn.
What my affirmation, I like when you told us, Big Dan, a long time ago, like, you are enough. And I'm wearing this purple Disney bracelet that says, well, actually one of the little things popped off, but anyways, I think, nothing is impossible if you believe. So anyways, just to kind of keep my mindset going. And I'm going to ask myself the question, what am I thankful for that I'm extraordinarily good at? And I want everybody else to ask that question. Like, what are you really good at? Baking pies, singing songs, and just think about your gifts and your talents and how you can share them.
I can tell you, Stephanie, that you are great at making connections and remembering finite details about people that make them feel special.
Thank you.
It's a superpower. Keep it up.
Thank you.
I was actually talking to your husband about it yesterday. So
That's the kind of stuff that pays off in the long run.
So remember, you are enough. You absolutely are. Even if you're newer in the business or older in the business, does not matter. You are enough to do the things that you need to do to be the person you need to be. So ask yourself the question every day, who am I going to be today? Am I going to be a successful real estate agent? Am I going to be a couch potato? Am I going to be a mix between the two? If you've never seen a mix between the two, it's a couch potato agent. They say they're a real estate agent. They post on social media, but they don't pick up the phone and they don't talk to people. The difference between a successful agent and one that is less than successful is the willingness to do the things that others are not willing to do. And if you've ever in your life thought, well, I don't want to make phone calls today. I don't have time. I'm too busy. Guess what? You are making a decision not to do it. And someone else that is making that decision to do so will take your clients. So remind yourself of these things. You are enough. They want to hear from you. They want to list with you. They should have gone with a different guy and they would have sold their house by now. But now's their chance, right, Samantha? Yes. Now's their chance to sell their house.
Just remember, there are what now, 7,000 agents in this market?
Something like that.
There are 7,000 agents in this market. If you don't contact the person you're trying to reach or have in your database today, how many other real estate agents will? You can be replaced like that every day.
17,000, 20,000 agents to compete with in the Phoenix market. I know for a fact Jennifer knows 5 or 6 agents. We talked about it before she came on to Keller Williams.
Yeah, I think the cool thing about all that information is that if you take that and then you go try to get one listing, that's like, say, a newer agent. I'd be like, okay, well, I'm going to do a bunch of open houses to try to get one listing on my own. And you get that one listing, you're guaranteed like 2 or 3 buyers, guaranteed.
I can tell you, you do 2 deals this year, you have beat 50% of the agents in Tucson. If you do 3 deals this year, Oh, you're up to 70%.
If you have one listing, you have more leverage than majority. Just one, just by one listing, you have more leverage than majority of realtors in Tucson because no one has listings, and when they do have listings, they go under contract. I mean, it's just hard to get a listing.
You know, Stormy, you should write a book called The One Listing.
It kind of was already written. I don't know if you guys know this or not. It's just whatever you want to put at the bottom. The one thing, the one.
You know, Stormy makes a good point. I found this this interesting factoid. If you have 8 transactions as a realtor across the whole country, of the United States, you're now in the top 10% of all realtors.
Wow.
That's an amazing statistic.
Dan,
You can advertise that you're in the top 10.
Dan,
What?
can you repeat what you said to us once? You are somebody else's cup of tea and they're waiting. You said something like that once, and
I never said something like that.
you said that something like that in Ignite. And before I became a realtor, I used to have this image of a realtor. And after talking to all of you guys and seeing your style and being out there, everybody's different. And you said something like, you are somebody's cup of tea, something like that, but I forgot.
Hey, Adriana, you know who cup of tea you are? That millionaire Colombiana moving from Colombia to Tucson. I'm telling you, man, they have money. So just, yeah, your accent and everything is going to definitely draw somebody with a bunch of money who wants to buy a house.
Okay, disturb me, thank you. I hope he's
Adriana's right. What we're going to end on that is be yourself. When you're congruent with who you are, you will polarize and attract people to you. That term fake it till you make it is true, because what it's doing is it's making you consciously focus and do things that are uncomfortable for you until they become unconscious habits. The term is actually the conscious incompetence turning into the unconscious competence. It's
absolutely right.
And that is one of the biggest things you can do, is realize that you are somebody's cup of tea and they're just looking to drink you up.
You said it.
I can tell you that I have never in my life said that before, but you're welcome. You guys are enough. Go out there, do something great, change somebody's life today, commit to yourself to doing more than you did yesterday, and tomorrow you will find more success than you found before. And it's as simple as getting out of your own damn way, picking up the phone and calling some people, finding out who they are and reminding them you're in real estate. If you haven't told them yet, shame on you.
Yeah, they won't call you. They won't call you if they don't know.
None of us wear a suit and tie and jump out of helicopters. Don't be a secret agent. Love you. Don't change. Samantha, good luck. You got this.
Thanks, Dan.
Bye, guys.